Do you think about dating a single dad? Well, here are 10 things you need to know. Hi, my name is Veronica Darham. I'm life coach, second wife, and stepmom. And in this video, I will be talking about 10 things you need to know before you start dating or why you start dating a single dad. And would I recommend dating a single dad? You know what? I don't have the straight answer because it depends on so many things. Is he over his ex-wife? Is he a good dad? Is he open to get married again and have a children if that's what you want? And what you have in common? And it's many more things you need to think about before you get involved with a single dad. And when I met my husband, he wasn't the one for sure. But I made him the one. And it's with any other boyfriend, he doesn't need to be single dad. If you don't look for the one, you always make someone the one. And exactly this happened with my marriage and with with my husband. And we need to work on our relationship extra hard. It is difficult. It's harder than having a normal relationship because there are more people involved. Suddenly, you go from being single to being, a future stepmom, and you need to work on that. And it's on the relationship. It's really hard, but it's not difficult if you know what to do. So here are 10 things you need to know. Number one, and that's the most important one. You will be experiencing new type of jealousy and feelings, and probably you are not ready for that, and you're never gonna be ready for that. What you're going to experience. But I give you one tip. You need to work on yourself and your mindset. This is the number one. You can't just go through the, being stepmom or seeing the single dad without working on your mindset. Because, you need to go for the extra mile. You need to work on yourself. Get a coach, get a, life coach, get a relationship coach, get a therapist. Do whatever it takes, for you to keep your sanity, because otherwise you will drive yourself crazy like I did at the beginning. Seriously, getting a life coach or help, professional help, it really makes your journey much more easier. I'm really sorry, my voice is a bit crap today. Number two, going out and kids' parties. Well, I really didn't think that through when I started seeing my husband. Because suddenly, if he has his kids every second weekend, you probably would like to be with them, and you can't expect your partner to hire a babysitter and go out, because it's something special. He doesn't see his kids very often, so probably you will be expecting either going alone, which is not always a bad thing because you can organize a lot of girls' night out. But you can, experience that sometimes you will have to be, Saturday night and you're home with him while kids are sleeping. And so just make most out of it and, just be with him and have the quality time. And the kids' parties, you will have to go to kids' parties where you don't really want to go, or you will have to be, at the family occasions, you have no idea what's going on there, you don't know anyone. And I give you one tip about kids' parties, especially if it's on your weekend and you don't want to go there, to find out if the party is drop off only, or you can drop off your stepchildren then. I'm sorry, because there are so many kids' parties like that, and we didn't think that through at the beginning. We didn't know about it with my husband, and we were staying at these parties, and then so I was like, well, you could just drop her off, and we're like, oh, duh. Yeah, so find out, and if you don't want to do the kids' parties, don't go, just drop the kids off there and pick them up later. Didn't think that through at the beginning and had to survive a few annoying, boring kids' parties. Sorry, kids. But you know what? I can't wait my stepdaughter to be old enough and babysit our future kids, because that will be my payoff, for all the things I had to do and had to go through. It's like, okay, now you're babysitting my kids and I'm going out with your dad, because we deserve it. We've been, going through a lot of things because of you. So hopefully she'll like it and she'll do it. And you don't need to pay her. Now, number three is don't rush meet his children. I met my stepdaughter, I think, after 5 years of dating, 5 months of dating my husband, because they were still going through divorce, and we didn't want to put any extra pressure on his daughter, because we said, like, if you jump into the relationship and we figure it out in a few months, this is not it. The girl will have to go through the other breakup while she's still going through her parents' divorce. So please consider when you want to meet the kids. Don't jump to it. Don't rush. Just take your time. Work on your relationship with your boyfriend, and get to know each other before you get into kid stuff. And as well, I met my husband, first wife. I met her before I met his daughter, because it was something she requested. She wanted it. And I totally agree with that. I respected it, because I thought, like, well, if I would be in her situation, I would like to know the person who is going to spend, weekends with my kids as well. So maybe consider that as well, because you have the chance to get to know each other and just make a little bit of peace and a good atmosphere between all of you. Okay, number 4 is, do you want the same things with your partner, or with your new single out? And I tell you one thing, we talk on our first day. We talk with my husband about everything, about religions, politics, his ex-wife, my ex-partners. We talk about if he's open to have to get married again and have a kid. We discuss everything straight away, because we didn't want to waste our time. I didn't want to waste my time. I was single, so I would just promise something to someone who can't make up his mind. And he as well, he was going through divorce, so he didn't want to go involved with someone who wants different things. And because having a blended, or being part of a blended family, is difficult enough. You will have to go through so many things, making so many compromises. And that's why you need to get clear on what you want, who you are, and what you're expecting from your relationship right away. Right at the beginning, get the tough questions there and discuss with this. And because if you will pretending something, or you will change yourself, and you will give up on your dreams, your purpose, and you will hate him one day for that. You will blame your partner for giving up your dreams and your goals and your purpose for his family. So don't do that or pretend. Get the things straight right away, right at the beginning. Okay, so number 5, the stigma is real. So get ready for some looks, comments, about being the second wife, or being the one who brought a family, or you're the wicked stepmom. Because that's what people do, People can blame you for breaking up his family, even if he was divorced for years. You suddenly you're the new woman in his life, and some people can judge you and make you wrong and make comments and give you the weird looks. But I give you one suggestion: just don't let the people bother you. Don't justify yourself. Don't try to prove something to anyone you don't know and you don't care about. Because if you will get into arguments or into some situations with people who are judging you or being nasty to you, you will keep the stigma alive. It's really toxic. It's just, you will keep that, alive, the stigma. So just give it up. Don't justify yourself to people you don't care about and you don't know. So, and you can read on 5 things I don't like to hear as a stepmom in my blog. I will add the links later on in the comments. So click on that. I'm explaining that a bit more about what you can hear, what kind of comments you will hear as a stepmom at some point. Okay, so number 6 is, it's not your war. And this is probably one of the best advice I can give you as a future stepmom. And it's learn how to back off, learn how to take the back seat, and don't need to get involved in everything. Let him to figure out what he needs to do, to make a peace, to for his fatherhood. Let him figure it out. Let him clean up his mess. Of course, you will be still there to support him and help him out, but learn not to be too involved. Because on the other hand, you want to have a man in your life who can take a charge of, critical or messy situations. You want a man, you want the one who will clean up his crap, who will deal with his problems. Because the way how is he dealing with the problems now, it will, that's the way how he'll be dealing with your future, with your problems, with your relationship. So let him be, and let him to take the control over his situation. If you are dating a guy, a single dad, and he's not willing to do anything about, if there's any toxic relationship or nasty relationship with his ex, if he's not willing to do anything, get a coaching or work on himself, work on his communication skills, work on like how to forgive her, run, because you don't want that kind of guy in your life. That you will be just in miserable relationship for a really long time. And when I was talking about how to back off and take this back seat, you can again read more in my blog when I talk about stepmom burnout. So again, there will be a link below. Have a look on that, and there will be definitely a future video about this, because it's big thing, the stepmom burnout. So stay tuned. Number 7 is you may feel like an outsider for a while, and because they have the kids and fathers, they have their inside jokes, traditions, games, and it may take a while to get to understand what's going on, and it may take time to get involved in these jokes. And if you think about your childhood, I'm sure you had some special jokes or games with your dad, and special relationship with your mom, and it was different. And that's the same for your partner. They have some special bond which you don't need to be involved necessarily. And nobody said that you have to be with them all the time. I made that mistake at the beginning. I thought it's my responsibility, and it's something what I have to do. I have to be with them all the time. No. Wrong. Big mistake. So, and I explain more about it in my blog again, and it's about how to have your me time, and let the dad have this daddy and kids time when they have, working on their relationship and they're having fun, because suddenly, they are from broken homes, so they need to create this special and really strong relationship with their dad. So let them be, step back, have a spa day, go and meet your friends, or just stay in bed and read a book, do whatever you take, wherever you want, and let them be for a little bit and have that special time for themselves. Again, number 8, this is the funny one. Prepare yourself that you will be compared to his ex a lot. Especially, we all get compared to ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends at some point in the relationship. Usually at the beginning, when we meet someone and they introduce us to friends and family, they kind of make a comment, or they say something like, oh yeah, we like you better, or, we like her better. So wherever you end up, you kind of have some sort of feedback. But being a second wife and stepmom, you get, kind of like updates on your performance, let's say, all the time. You at the beginning, then at the when you get married, who had a better proposal, who had a better wedding, who's having a better relationship with his family. His ex was doing this, and dad, you're doing it better, or you're doing it worse. So you have a constant stream of feedbacks, let's say. And likely I got only good ones. But you know what? It can get really toxic, because if someone is always talking about his ex and you have it like right in your face, it can push you to do things for the wrong reasons. You start doing things for like just looking good, or just to win, to have the better house, the better relationship, and it can really take you to the path you don't want to go. And it can get toxic. So if someone is keep telling you something, I keep talking and bringing up his ex, and it bothers you, just let them know. Just like, what, just stop it. We are in a relationship, and it's a bit weird if you keep coming up with his ex. It's his past. I know she is his life, excuse me, forever, but this is it now. I'm his wife. Just stop comparing, because it can get toxic. Number 9, being number 2 is not such a bad thing. And this was the hardest thing I had to overcome at the beginning, because I couldn't stand the thought of being the second wife. I found it really, really hard to deal with that, and I drove myself crazy, like really crazy, and created so many bad arguments with my husband over nothing. And again, I wrote a blog, and we'll do video on this topic, so again, check the link, about how I get over being the second wife. And really, it gets easy. If you think about it right now, and it bothers you right now, I promise you, it gets easier, over the time. And then one day you will like, what? I'm a second wife, so what? It's actually a good thing sometimes, because in a way, I got a better version of him. He learned from his mistakes. Now he's more willing and working on the relationship. He's working extra hard on our relationship, because he obviously doesn't want to get divorced again. So being second wife, it's not always a bad thing. It's a bad thing at the beginning, but overcome it and you will be good. It goes away, I promise you. And number 10, and this is the big one, and this thing you need to know: be yourself. Like with him, that's especially with his kids, because the worst thing is that you pretend that you're someone else, and the kids will notice that. Sooner or later, they will know that you've been pretending, or you've been lying to them, or you're pushing yourself to do something with them. You don't really enjoy it, because they can see it. You can't fake it for so long. And they deserve that people are honest with them and straightforward, because hey, kids from broken home, they're going through a lot. So be honest, and don't push yourself to do things you don't like to do. So for example, if you see any pictures on the social media how stepmom is baking with her stepchildren, and it looks like a movie, and but you hate baking, it's like, well, then don't bake. I barely bake with them, because I barely bake myself, so I'm not enjoying it. So sometimes we do something, but I found something that I'm loving and I'm passionate about, and be doing it with my stepdaughters. So for example, I really love documentaries such as Blue Planet and Planet Earth. So we start watching this with my stepdaughter, and my husband as well, but he usually falls asleep. So it's only 2 of us, and we're watching these documentaries, and she's asking crazy questions I sometimes don't know answers to you, and it's just, we have this special time together. And another things what we do watching the documentaries, we do animals voiceovers, and it's something we can't wait to do, and I can't wait to watch another episode doing these voiceovers. And we have such a great time about it, and we're laughing about it. And this is the special moment you want to have with your kids. So find something you truly love and you're passionate, and get them involved, and be yourself. Don't ever pretend to be someone else, because like in a relationship with your husband or your boyfriend, that with your stepchildren, then they deserve you, no one else. Okay, so on the end, I can't imagine till having my love with my husband, and we drive each other crazy. Absolutely, we have to work on our relationship, I think, like 2 or 3 times more than other people that they don't have this situation of second wife and stepmom going on. But is it worth it? Hey, if you meet the one, and if you make someone the one, it will worth it, because you will gain so much love and so much respect, and it's just such a weird space to be in, because you go through the mess and you gain so much through the mess, just as like me. I gained so much, and that's what gave me now to be here and talking to you about my struggles, and how did I overcome all this stuff, because it makes you a better person and stronger person. But again, think about it before you start dating single dad, and think about it. Is can you make him the one? is he good father? Is he over his ex-wife? You know, are you actually going to do that? And yeah, it works it and it's great. And please just share and subscribe to my channel and check the links below about my other blogs and videos. Okay, thank you very much for watching and see you soon again.